There was a lot more technical spots, which was awesome. Like middle of the night, like we had a couple big crawling sections.
Nice. Actually, I had to use low range.
No, I stayed two-wheel drive the whole time.
But I have a thing at 11:30.
Yeah.
And it's brunch, and you know how long brunch goes.
Yeah. Speaking of brunch, Local Cut has brunch in Percival, and I'm
Do
the one
they?
to try it.
I haven't been there yet.
It's really good.
It's really good.
I've had it for lunch a bunch of times, but never brunch.
I'm a big brunch boy.
Big brunch boy.
You're a brunch bro?
Brunch brothers.
Brunch bros.
Brunch brothers. So, Freddie, tell me about the fucking 24 hours experience you just had. Actually, hold on. We need to bring us in.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Sorry, I've been out. It's been like probably a month and a half since I recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the last time we were here?
Yeah.
And then PJ recorded in Roush?
Also, shout out to PJ. PJ, you
Two episodes solo.
You fucking killed it. Those were great. The next one comes out Future Past this Tuesday, which would be last Tuesday. And I fucking killed it.
I'm staggered.
Your interviewer ship could get a little better, but for just kind of like
I live on the edge, Freddie.
I already moved that chair.
For raw dogging it as an interview.
Yeah.
I still think you fucking killed it.
That's
you got
fine.
two hour-and-a-half episodes that were fucking great. You met some really cool people. I still haven't introduced the show yet. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Dirt Drive Podcast. It's 8 a.m. We're at my house on a Sunday, Future Past. Just here having a good time. We got old Peegers over here. And we got our fucking returning regular
champ.
Returning champ, episode champion. Freddie. Freddie's
Hello.
here. Freddie just, I guess it was a month ago. It was a fucking
Was it a month ago?
It was a month ago. A month ago, Freddie did the 24 Hours of Appalachia. Yeah, it was definitely a month ago. Because it was, it was a month ago.
Well, almost. It was July 26th.
Yeah, a couple
of 3 weeks. Yeah.
Loggers and Miners Delight, as you can see from his shirt.
We literally got stuck behind a logger's truck.
Did you really?
Yeah, two of them.
Dude, I had to continuously remind myself because while PJ was wheeling in Roush, which will be a different episode, we'll talk about that. Freddie was doing the 24-hour stuff. I think I was in
Europe.
I was in Prague.
You were being a Swiftie.
Swiftie.
No, that was over with.
Oh.
But I had
always a Swiftie.
I had to remind myself. I'm like, I'm on a fucking awesome vacation. I don't need to be jealous of my friends. I'm on an awesome vacation. I don't need to be jealous of my friends. Fucking just beating around the woods and fucking on the East Coast. I'm like, they're having so much fun. I'm like, no, I'm having fun too.
We're all having fun, damn it.
But yeah, the amount of fun it looks like you guys had was an unbelievable amount of good-looking fun.
Yeah, it was. The sights were definitely a lot better this time around too.
Yeah.
And we had way more daylight, which was awesome.
And you pooped in Thurmond.
Yep, again.
Again?
Yep.
You left a part of you behind.
Yep. It wasn't as rushed though.
You were scared shitless, literally.
Well, I showed everybody the mannequin in the window, and they're like, "Oh fuck."
Was it at least daylight?
No, it was not. It was
Oh
night
my
again.
god.
It was a scheduled stop, though. You said,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm
Yeah.
going to shit in Thurmond again.
That was because we didn't know where we were gonna end up later on, because we didn't after Thurmond, you got the New River Gorge Bridge, and we didn't go that way this time.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't know what gas stations were going to be open.
He gave you the map like a week ahead of time. You didn't do any mapping or anything?
But there's a camp store in Hatfield McCoy Trails.
Okay.
They were supposed to stay open, and they did not. I don't know what
That's a bummer.
what time they were supposed to stay open till, but we rolled through at like 3:30, and they were already shut down.
2:30 at night?
Yeah.
Well, that makes
In the
sense. It's 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, but they were supposed to stay open late.
I think 3:30 a.m. is past late. I would say late's like 11 o'clock there, Fred.
I don't know.
They hit that 2 o'clock mark and went, nah, fuck these guys.
Yeah, fuck the next guy in the red JK.
And then the fourth checkpoint, they had like fuel cans if anybody
Okay.
needed it. because the fuel from checkpoint 3 to 4 was sketchy.
So, Jed, you fucking lied.
Sketchy as in
Well,
like
he didn't lie. They had fuel. They're like,
Yeah.
if you need it.
Yeah. He said there wouldn't be any stressing about fuel, but it seems like you had a little stressing about fuel.
We did use our dairy cans at
Okay.
checkpoint 4 though, because we're like, well, we don't need this fuel. We'll just use ours. And
Yeah.
I think it was like.
Did you actually have to get out of the vehicle and check in at the checkpoints? You just had to rip
No,
by
just-
and they just recorded your number?
Just record your number, took a picture. Checkpoint 3 shut down early, and I don't know why.
so they had like legit checkpoints
Yeah.
this time around.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like stages. It wasn't really stages, but they could have been set up like stages.
Yeah, and it was funny. We got to checkpoint 1, and lady came up to the door, and she's like, "Are you Freddie, Abe?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, you're the one that talks shit on Facebook all the time."
So how did it start? How was Hinton? Was it city big enough for everything? The town of Hinton?
It was fine until we staged, and then it was a clusterfuck.
Then it was overwhelmed.
Yeah, because
Well, I mean, it was-
the motorcycles and side-by-sides were perfect because they were on their own street.
And there was 100 of those each.
Yeah. Nah, there was 50 bikes and like almost 50
Okay.
or side-by-sides. But we got into Hinton pretty early because they had breakfast at the, I forget where.
They had breakfast.
They
Yeah.
just had breakfast. One of the local places made
Also, I
breakfast.
just realized we're wearing matching hats. You're the majors and this is the minor team.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hat brothers.
Hell yeah, brother.
ADD, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Breakfast. Breakfast.
So we were there probably like 45 minutes early. And staging just did not work for the full size because the street that we were on was tiny and there was 100 full-size rigs trying to
Yeah.
line up. And Jeb was like, "Are you guys in order?" And everyone was like, "No."
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Well, the order was easier this time because your order was fucking written on the side of your car.
Yeah, but like there was people that were like in the 60s and 70s up front,
Yeah.
and then it was just a mess.
That was just people.
Yeah.
Not
But
knowing.
there
It's
wasn't
recording, right, PJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
there wasn't anyone directing us when we got there. I think that's the only thing that would have
Yeah.
made that a little better. But
Yeah, and that was a thing at the last one too, is they could use a ton more volunteers.
well, they had a fuck ton this time.
Did they?
And it was 150% better. They really learned a lot.
That's good.
From the last one. So like, we checked in Friday night, which was awesome. Like, checked in, got our stickers, put them on, did our donations, all that stuff, and then I think Saturday morning there was only one person that hadn't registered.
Oh, nice.
So that took out a lot of the confusion, I guess.
Confusion and chaos. No,
'Cause
no.
we did it all-
No 2-hour
There's
line
always
before.
that one guy.
Right.
His name was Freddie.
And
Not
then
naming names.
it really
Not
surprised
pointing
me
fingers, but this guy.
how well they rolled everybody out. Because, like, I think the first one was a little confusing. They had a couple issues and whatnot. But, man, because I think it probably took them at least an hour and a half to roll all of us out for the first one.
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
that was after standing in line for 2 hours inside the store,
Yeah.
doing all the registration and donations and everything.
Dude, they started the bikes at like 7:10. I was number 67 and rolled out at 7:50.
Dude, you were 2 off the perfect number.
I know. Nobody had 69.
What?
Oh, Jen thought that one through.
No, it just didn't.
Oh, it
show
just
up.
didn't work?
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
So they rolled through 50 bikes, 50 side by sides, and then like 90 some rigs in less than an hour.
Yeah. It seemed like the attrition rate was higher this time, too. Not everyone finished. So I think it was like, if I remember, it was like 15 people
Well, I
didn't
know
finish.
one guy with us, his front pinion started sounding like a fucking straight cut transmission.
Oh, hell yeah.
gear, just whining real bad. So he bailed out at checkpoint 3, and then another one in our group. He overheated, drove to AutoZone, got a radiator fan or a radiator, swapped it, got back on the road, and they just called it and went back to the Airbnb.
Damn.
And I think there was like 10 or 12 full size that didn't finish.
Yeah, I know. Tom, we had him
Yeah.
on the episode. I know he had some issues.
Yeah,
I can't remember what they specifically they
I think it
were.
was something with his rear end.
I think you're right. Spider gears, maybe.
The hell, Tom?
Yeah, Tom.
Tom Reber, shout out. He still had a great time. And then another listener that was there, Joseph, he had a Comanche, mismatched color
Oh, okay,
Comanche
yeah.
with the turbines on it.
Yeah, I follow him.
He got to the end. As he crossed the finish line, he caught on fire.
What?
That's what he told me. I don't know how true the story is. If he was just bloviating to get mentioned on the podcast. I know you. I know our listeners. But yeah, he said he crossed the finish line and caught on fire. Which I
almost caught on fire the night before.
It's a 4-liter, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that's taking going out with a blaze of glory a little too far, but I get it.
Yeah. So and another listener. I don't want to call him a listener because that seems like a shot. But Eric, he had the best performance of anybody ever to drive a vehicle. I guess I don't know. He finished in what 14 hours.
Yeah. He started like dead last too.
Yeah.
It was funny. We were cruising. It was Chaos in his Raptor,
Yeah.
and then a Bronco R, and then me, and then Eric Miller, and another JL, and we were doing like a hill climb dirt road section.
Yeah.
And we're just sending it. Like, I'm pushing the Jeep as hard as I can up this hill to keep up with a Bronco R and a Raptor.
And Eric Miller.
And to keep in front of Eric Miller. And we got to the top, and I was like, we should probably check my transmission temps. I was like, don't be 200, don't be 200. I was like, 211.
Well, you chilled a little bit, let it cool down.
We stopped and waited.
I'm still getting eaten up.
Stopped and waited for the rest of our group. And
your group was your buddies because you had a bunch of buddies running.
Yeah,
too,
there
right?
was 6 of us.
Okay.
You
guys stick together the whole time?
Well, we tried to. We got split up very early. My one buddy, he stopped to help the import guys, and that kind of fucked him for the whole day.
Yeah.
Because he was telling us that the Land Cruisers they had the wrong lift or something, and the brakes in the rear weren't working, and he like lit them up in the first hill.
I love this one showed it even more. There's bug spray over there, PJ, if you need it. This one showed it even more of the range of competition from 2-time Ultra 4 King of the Hammers winner Eric Miller to a guy that just fucking put a lift kit on it and didn't know how to
set it. It was the imported black Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
Like they just got it.
Okay. So it was untested because he literally just got it.
Yeah.
But still, it's that range of fucking
that's ballsy.
King of the Hammers winner too. I just bought this thing. I don't know what the fuck it is.
They smoked the brakes the first down.
Yeah.
And
I fucking love this event.
He stopped to help him, and they were there for like 30 some minutes, and then just kind of rolled with them the rest of the day, and they got all hung up, and it was a mess. And then so it was down to 5 of us. It was me, an LJ, a pretty stock 4Runner with like a 2-inch lift in 33s, which did very well. Shout out Michael Shriver. And then is it a ZJ? No. What's the Cherokee?
CJ's a Cherokee.
CJ.
Oh no, which Cherokee?
The newer one.
Like
Jets.
Grand Cherokee?
KJ?
No, that's the Liberties.
I don't know.
WJ?
WJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a Grand Cherokee. That's the fucking luxury Grand Cherokee.
So V8, and he's the one that had the pinion issue.
Okay.
And then another.
There's one for sale on top of the mountain. You see that coming over here? You should buy it, Fred.
No. And then
dude, a luxury rock crawler.
And then an XJ.
Turn your heated seats.
That's called a bougie bouncer.
Hell yeah, brother. That's for you, Scott. Yeah, it looked like a great event.
We were on one section where we were right with windmills, and dude, I could have told you it was the top of the world. It was pretty wild.
Spinny fucks.
Yeah.
Just waiting for it.
Yeah, I want to take like probably 3 days because I mean to do that route probably take you 3 days
Yeah.
with camping.
And it
So
was
I actually really want to do that because obviously I didn't get to experience it, but from everything I've heard, it was amazingly beautiful. And I feel bad that we're gonna miss Kentucky.
yeah, but dude, that's
so far.
it's
I mean,
so I did
want-
the math the other day, and on paper, it's an 8-hour, 15-minute drive from my house.
Yep.
So you stop to get fuel 4 times. You stop to eat at least once.
Yeah.
That's a 10 and a half hour.
One, it's $200 for fuel to get there.
Right.
$200 to fuel to get back.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
you ain't got to tell me twice.
yeah.
I just drove to Colorado and back.
Yeah. Not
Well,
even in a Jeep.
I think Tom is doing it. Tom Sylvester is doing it, and he's gonna need a co-dog. I don't know who he's gonna choose because kind of changing direction, but staying in the same direction. We're gonna go wheeling. We're going to West Virginia to do
Not the same weekend, but
Yeah.
same time period. Well,
Yeah.
I was talking to Tom about it, and he seems kind of interested in doing that too, instead of the rally.
Okay. Yeah, last time I talked to him about it, he was fucking dead set on doing the rally. He's like, dude, Kentucky. I'm like, I absolutely love 24 Hours of Appalachia. But if I'm going to go do Kentucky, I want to experience Kentucky and not be fucking head down in the map and fucking
Yeah.
blazing down dirt roads
Missing all the views.
at the legal speed limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I'd probably talk to him after that then,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, he was dead
it's
set
like
on it.
bringing the family, gonna just see the sights and take our time and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, and we're obviously coming with you. It's going to be a fun trip.
you
PJ, you in? I think what's the October
18th,
18th?
20th.
Potentially. Yeah.
Let's go, brother.
Brother.
Brother. It's going to be a fun trip.
But yeah, the Hinton was awesome. It's a really cool little town. They have the coolest fucking Dairy
Wave to my
Queen
wife. Oh,
I've-
she's hiding now.
I've ever been at. Like, you walk in, and like, you know how the old ice cream shops had just like a walkway in front of
Yeah.
the windows? That's how this was. They didn't do combos, but like they had everything. Like they had their burgers and milkshakes and blizzards and all that. They had everything that regular Dairy Queen has, but better. They had crinkle cut bacon cheese fries.
Ooh.
And let me tell you,
I'll tell you what, brother.
they were incredible. And then you go out and like, you know, all the old restaurants used to have windows in the front that were like curved.
Oh, yeah.
They had that, but it was on top of the river.
Oh, shit.
Like you looked out over onto the New River Gorge. New River, just New River, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think there's any restaurants in New River Gorge.
And then we went to a Pizza Hut, and
Oh, like a traditional Pizza Hut?
it wasn't
Oh.
it wasn't a traditional, but it was still a really good Pizza Hut. And it was hilarious because like I don't think they've ever seen this amount of people
Oh, yeah.
in Hinton ever. And we walked in, they weren't too busy, but like we sat down and the girl's like, "We're out of cups right now, hold on." But yeah, Hinton like just tucked in along the river the whole way. Like they had 2 sides where there was like a strip. It was just a straight section. That's where like the Dairy Queen was, and a couple other little spots. They had 1 grocery store, 2 dollar stores, and a couple gas
I
stations.
love those West Virginia small towns. And it seems like Hinton is still a thriving small town in
Well,
West
like
Virginia.
we got in Friday. They had the water festival going on, and they had food
that's a good
trucks
one.
and vendors and all kinds of stuff.
The Water Festival?
Yeah, I think it's what it's called.
It's like the World Water Festival or something.
Yeah. And then
Where like Berkeley Springs has the best water in the world and they win
Oh,
year
so it was
after
like
year.
a legit like water competition.
no,
Yeah.
I don't.
I know.
I didn't see any.
I
of that.
think they hosted that in. I think they host that in Hinton. I'm pretty sure they host that in Hinton, but if it wasn't that, then it must have been something else.
And then at the end of town, there's a big dam,
Damn.
like big dam,
Damn.
and they're currently working on it, which is really cool. So they take 1 brick out at a time and fix it.
I feel like you're lying to me. That seems like a lie.
No, they're like they're having.
Seems like a damn
I
boring
think
job.
they started a few years ago, and they're supposed to be finished by like 2029.
Replacing a damn brick by brick. That sounds.
It's a joke, Tim.
Okay, I don't know.
It's really dangerous Tetris.
But they're having to upgrade it to be able to flow more water.
Damn.
Damn.
N-
It
dang.
was really cool. You can walk out on it, and then they got like, it seems very dangerous, but there's literally a baseball field below the dam,
What?
like right off of the water,
Seems like a damn dangerous place to play baseball.
dude. And then there's
Who?
even worse. There's a handicapped fishing area right below the dam.
I've never seen a handicap fish.
Yeah.
Like the fish are handicapped?
Well, maybe. But no, like I guess you can take your wheelchairs out,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's like a big flat section. So that's pretty neat.
Was it, so it's like designed to be accessible fishing?
Yeah.
All
That's
inclusive.
actually really cool.
Mm.
That's really cool.
At least somebody thought of that.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Handicap can probably not really fish.
Well, you
You
go
can
to
get 'em on a
any
boat.
fishing spot, it's all rocks around it because it's
Right.
a man-made pond.
I mean, you can get them on a boat, but that's
Yeah.
sketchy.
Yeah, who owns a boat though?
A
I
handicap
don't know
boat.
anybody who owns a boat.
Damn.
I couldn't. If I was handicapped in a wheelchair, I would not want to go on a boat.
Nah.
No. No.
That'd be terrifying.
Handy-capable fishing.
In your wheelchair, just fucking someone hits the gas, you roll to the back of the boat. Oh!
I bet there's boat wheelchairs. Like off-roading wheelchairs, you've seen those.
Well, I think the thing that you would do is either
Those
get out
are
of
called canoes.
you would probably get out of the wheelchair and have them sit in a seat on the boat.
No, I bet they have like single seat.
Like narrow, like airplane wheelchairs? Because they're like the narrow ones?
No, like a boat that a handicapped person can get in. I guarantee.
You're good
you.
at creating clips, Freddie.
We are so off topic. It's great.
Handicap boat wheelchairs. If you
Sorry.
know about a handicap boat wheelchair, drop it in the comments.
We're doing our damnedest.
Also, while you're in the comments, like and subscribe, and share with your friends. That's what your buddy said. I think it was Break It Billy.
Break it, Billy.
Break It Billy. He said that. He's like, we know you guys already listen. You guys already subscribe. Share it with your friends.
Yep.
Have them listen. Have them subscribe. Check us out on YouTube because this video is live. Not live. Do it live. It is a video
Of
podcast.
future past.
Future live video podcast. What else? DirtNerdsOffroad.com. We're not closing out. I'm just doing the midsection.
Oh,
ad
we're
reads.
closing out.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Closing out and closing up.
brother.
Let's see what else about the rally?
The media was done really well. I mean, your posts were great. You had some really good
I
media.
try to-
Did you get the drone up at all?
Oh yeah, and that's I'm very confident we could have done it in under 20 hours, but we stopped a lot. We saw a lot of the sites,
Yeah,
and
you want to enjoy it.
I'm really glad I did because, like, I can't even count on both hands how many people are like, "Man, I'm glad you took all that footage," because I didn't do
I was.
anything, and like, there's a
Somebody's
lot
got
of
to
people,
do it.
a lot of people that just rolled through and finished as fast as they could, which I mean, it's kind of the purpose, but I feel like
I don't
Jed,
think so. I
Jed
think-
needs to do one that's like as close to 24 hours as you can. Because,
Yeah.
like, the great race that came through Purcellville,
Oh, yeah.
and they stopped at, what's that? The guy that owns...
Old 690, right?
No, the guy that owns the gas station right across from the ice cream shop.
From
The
Grotto's?
Shell?
Yeah.
I don't know who owns that. I know what you're talking
You
about.
probably
though.
went to school with them.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think it.
But,
I think it needs to be done.
They do...
A second one done in like actual like stages.
They do, so like, they actually have signs all over their vehicles that are like slow moving vehicle because they have to finish as close to the time as possible,
Yeah.
and that's how they score. Which I think would be cool too, because like, I do know that there was some chaos with a Velociraptor. You know the Raptor guys that pre-ran the event.
Oh no, I didn't hear about anybody pre-running it.
So well, no, for the first one, the guys that like blazed the trail.
Oh yeah.
He showed up in a Velociraptor
Fuck.
this time and crashed into a side-by-side,
What?
ran motorcycles off the road. They were in the rally.
Yeah, I know. What Jed told me he had to disqualify a few people.
He called him in the middle of the event. Was like, go home.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, pushing too hard.
And like,
Which, like-
he had a bunch of calls about him, and it's like, God.
Like I get it wanting to finish first, but the prize is
Yeah. And like
the
he said,
prize is what Eric Miller got a key to the city of Hinton, and him and Jed went to dinner, but there's not really a prize. It's just bragging rights. It's, hey, I
Yeah.
finished first. Okay,
they've
cool.
made that abundantly clear in all the races. Like, this isn't a race.
Yeah,
Chill the fuck out.
we're here
Just
to have
have fun.
We did it in 23 hours in 17 minutes.
Did you do the full course this time?
Yep.
Good for you.
Turn for turn. That was not my fault, motherfucker.
Shade.
I would have finished with you if Nate Riggleman wouldn't have gotten sick.
What a bitch.
I didn't say it.
I
Tim
did.
said it.
Baby.
No, he didn't get sick this time either, which was cool.
Was he? Did you do 3
Yeah,
again?
he did. No, he did his LJ,
Okay.
and then he had the 2 people that rode with me were in his LJ,
LG.
and then Trevor Kate did it with me.
Nice.
And it was funny. We would like be cruising along, and we'd look back, and like everybody's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on!
Just fucking buggy in.
Yeah, like because the JK's comfy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's a cruiser, and we were just bumping along, and we look back, and they're gone. I don't know.
Well, that was the problem I had with my JKs. We have the Terry Flex. I know Terry Flex. We've got the Terry Flex shocks, the Falcon, the Terry Flex springs with the Terry Flex lowers and the Falcon shocks. Falcon shocks did great, but the Terry Flex springs were way too hard.
yeah.
So
I've got
we
the
can't
rock crawler springs.
and with the short wheelbase of the 2-door and hard
Yeah.
springs, it doesn't. I mean, it'll flex, it'll do its job, but when it comes to like high speed compression, and
mine's so
yeah,
good at that.
I need to upgrade to the rock crawler stuff because, I mean, you saw Eric did a fresh rock crawler rebuild on his whole Jeep.
Yeah, that's
Rock
crazy.
crawler sent him.
He also had a 70-gallon fuel tank.
I know. Wasn't he posted that thing on Facebook? He was like, of his rear window. He's like, anybody know what this is? And it was a fucking breather tube for a 70-gallon fuel tank he put in the back of the Jeep.
And they only stopped to pee, and they took a couple pictures.
Yeah.
There was a lot more technical spots, which was awesome. Like middle of the night, like we had a couple big crawling sections.
Nice. Actually, I had to use low range.
No, I stayed dual drive the whole time. So, dude, we go to leave. I turn on my air compressors to like sound my train horns when we leave,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden we start smelling something burning, and I'm like, oh god. So like I let the compressors build all the way up. I shut them off. Go to turn them back on, and my relay's like making this weird noise.
Oof.
So like we pulled out, laid on the air horns, and then compressors wouldn't kick back on. So like the relay,
Had you already aired up at that time?
Yeah, but it
Okay,
leaks
that's
down
good.
enough to where.
Just burn
No,
it
aired up your tires.
Oh no, I have a power tank too. So
Okay.
but we didn't air down until like mile 100.
Just forgot?
No, we
Or you
just
just said, we'll figure it out?
Jed was like, the first 100 miles are kind of boring, so we took that as we're not airing down yet,
Yeah.
and I think it didn't make. I don't think it made enough of a difference to matter.
Well, and what we figured out last time is, like, even airing down to 18 last time, by the time I put air back in the tires after 24 hours, I was back at 25 pounds. So
Yeah.
I don't think it,
The street
with-
warms up your tires.
yeah, with that much driving, I don't think it makes that big of a difference.
And then it was funny. We got to checkpoint 4, and it was only like 75 miles. And the guy was like, you guys will be there in an hour and a half. Fucking 4 hours later.
Oof.
So the last like section was like the last section in the first rally. It was creek bed crawling the whole way.
Fucking Jed, man. He
It was
loves
like-
that shit.
Oh, it was so good though. And there was a brand new Grand Cherokee 4XE
Nice.
that did it. I don't think it did the whole thing because it was not dirty at all.
Just jumped in the last bit.
But we got up to that section, and they were there like they weren't stuck. They were just trying to like figure out how to maneuver the thing because it was like pretty big rocks and creek and in and out. And we got a little turned around there, but dude, it took us so long. It was like probably 35, 40 minutes.
And as you're so close to the end, someone tells you there's an hour and a half left. You're
Yeah.
like, every minute feels like an hour.
that was
after
it.
that.
He told us that at 4:20,
Nice.
and yeah, we got to the finish at 7:09.
Damn.
Hour and a half, my ass.
Yeah, that was the thing is when we were doing the first one, I was so excited to finish that when we could hear radio traffic in Point Pleasant, I'm like, we're fucking close. And after we heard the radio traffic in Point Pleasant, it felt like 3 years till we got there because I knew how close we were.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
3 years later.
But
it was a good rally.
yeah. Anything you're glad you changed? You would change for the next time that we do it?
Tablet was 10 out of 10. I ran Onyx, which I hated.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Onyx.
I was hoping it was going to be better because when you get into the Onyx platform,
It's really easy for mapping. I love it for
way
mapping.
easier to map. A lot of the routes are named and visible
And rated.
and rated and stuff like that. But Gaia just operates so much better. I think Onyx is definitely a better.
It's the influence there for a reason.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to like start and do, but they don't do any of the data that Gaia does.
It's a user interface to get you on the trails.
Yeah.
That's about it. The trails are named, rated, colored.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it. But then when it comes to mapping, I'll do the mapping on Onyx.
Yeah.
And then I'll export it and upload it to Gaia, and I can do everything else there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to Gaia for now.
I did the $35. I think I used the use our code. Actually, we don't have one.
Not sponsored
I used
yet.
the Grindhard code.
That's our code.
Not sponsored. I used Grindhard's code and I got it for like $29. So it was worth it. I liked it. But the cool thing about Gaia is I learned it is in every country across the world.
Yeah.
So when we did a day in the national parks in the Czech Republic, I mapped everything on Gaia. I did all of our hiking on Gaia. It's literally everywhere. I was amazed. It's got city streets. It's got metros. It's got bus routes. It's
So
got
we can
everything.
do 24 hours of the Czech Republic then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we were supposed to get a Jimny, but we got a Skoda instead, and I was pretty upset by that.
Bless
And
you.
then-
What?
It's a Czech car.
What'd you call me?
It's the name of my ska band.
I know it's personal preference for radios and stuff, but I think our group needs to be more on a level base with radios.
Yeah, did I give you a blue one last time? A rugged.
Yeah. So
So that was nice because we had our individual rugged
yeah, we
channel
did that.
with
everybody had two radios. We ran 22 for the main, and then we were trying to bump around different channels because I could hear everybody, but they couldn't pick us up.
Yeah.
So I don't think their radios were good enough to hear us. But we could hear them every time. I was like, God, this is frustrating.
Yeah.
So like, I spent a chunk of change on some radios, and it sucked. But I've got good radios, and
Yeah.
I
We'll
think-
we'll use your good radios on our overlanding trip.
yeah. So I think good radios is very important because like in our group, they couldn't even hear us at the back of the line.
Which was only 6 vehicles, right?
Yeah. So that was kind of
100
annoying.
yards maybe.
Nah, probably a little bit more than that. Maybe a mile or two at times.
Okay.
But still.
You had to get those built-in headsets.
That rally car
If
stuff.
I
man.
did no top and no doors, built-in headsets would be a must.
Yeah. But let's actually change gears now. Tell me about the overlanding trip you're planning.
Well, I grew up near Davis and those areas, so I've always loved those areas. But when we did the rally, it's like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff
There's
up
a
here.
lot of stuff.
I'd never done the Canadian Loop until February.
So when we went out, we did a family trip in the winter with Jed, my wife, my sister-in-law, her boyfriend, and I think that was it. Jed had a buddy with him, Chris. We did a few podcasts, but we did Seneca Rocks, then we didn't do that first loop, the one that went up. We went down the highway like 2-3 miles, and we did up and around, and then we did the first section. We pretty much did the whole first 100 miles of 24 hours. Canadian Loop, Canyon Rim Road, and Government Road. Fuck, it was such excellent trails, and like they're so underrated. They're so fucking good.
Yeah, so I wanted to, and I already knew I wasn't going to do the Kentucky Rally just because it's so far away.
Yeah.
And I was like, need to plan another trip with just us, because everybody in our group was like, yeah, I can't do Kentucky. That's a hike. They're
Yeah,
like,
if it was going to be the only thing I was going to do for the rest of the year, I would do it. But
Yeah.
we've got Overland Expo at the beginning of October. We've got this the end of October. September, I've got a wedding that I'm going to. Are you guys still taking the Cherokee up to Roush Creek? Haven't heard about it.
Yeah. We haven't talked about it yet.
Okay. Yeah, and then November, I think we're still going to try and go to SEMA. I don't know. And then December is PRI. So if all of that was canceled and we were just going to do Kentucky, I would do Kentucky.
yeah. So I wanted to plan a trip like family friendly and bring kids, and I'll bring in Connor and Kelly, and then trying to get Nate to bring his kids and wife.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll see.
the other big deciding factor for me was my wife said she'd join us, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was trying to do it the
I would
same-
skip everything. Like if I can get my wife to go do an overlanding trip, I'll skip whatever I need to skip so I can have her be on the trails, because she really does enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to say, hey, instead of doing this, we're gonna go to Kentucky and drive for 24, she'd be like, fuck no.
It's like you dragged her to the distillery.
Yeah,
She was ready to fucking cut your head off.
she was, but we ended up having a good time after we were done recording.
So yeah, I want to start in Seneca and then do like the first leg of the rally,
Yeah,
and then Canaan Valley, and then Davis for burritos.
actually get burritos this time.
Yeah. And then Airbnb in that general area.
Actually, I may have a hookup on that. I think my dad has a friend that has an Airbnb in Davis that sleeps like 12,
Nice.
so I'll have to reach out to him.
And then kind of hang out for the day. There's some local little things you can hit up. And
Yeah, the Purple Fiddle. I really want to go to
Purple
the Purple
Fiddle's
Fiddle.
really cool.
A what?
Purple Fiddle. It's like a
It's like a live music venue bar thing.
yeah, but it's like Appalachia.
Okay.
What'd you say?
It's like Appalachia.
Appalachia, brother.
Appalachia. Whatever. I'm retarded.
Appalachia.
Appalachia. And then kind of hang out in Davis for the day. And there's a couple sections, like if anybody's up for a hike, the Moon Rocks are really cool. I don't know if you've ever been to those.
Mm-mm. We hiked at Blackwater Falls when me and my wife went up.
Yeah,
Like
Blackwater
2 weeks
Falls is another
after
good area.
2 weeks after the first rally, we went up to we went up to Blackwater. We stayed at Seneca Rocks at Yoakum's. Then we went up to Blackwater Falls for the day and hiked Blackwater Falls, and we did like Balanced Rock, and that was like a Turtle Rock or something, and we just did a little bit of hiking. It was nice.
Yeah, so we'll start in Seneca, few hour drive up to Davis, hang out for the day, get checked in, bonfires and all that
Drinking
good stuff.
beer and having a hoot and a holler.
And then Saturday, leave the Airbnb and head up to Deep Creek, Maryland, which has a new ORV
Yeah.
trail section.
Wolf Den Run.
Wolf Den Run. That's
Oh, yeah.
what me and you did.
Okay. I was gonna say there's a new one.
we passed pretty close by it when we went to Utah. So when we,
Yeah.
that route we took up
Yeah.
past WVU and all that
Yep.
shit, we passed pretty close
Yep.
to Wolf Den Run.
So I mapped out a big section of that and try to hit all the sections of that. It's not a hiccup, but we do have to check in at a camp store and buy passes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like Peter's Mill. It's like $5 or something.
Yeah.
But you got to do that first. And then I got to redo my route a little bit because I wanted to go into Jennings Randolph Lake and drive around it,
Okay.
which is a pretty cool little lake. There's a road that is shown on both Gaia and Onyx. And it's just I think they called it a fire access road. Doesn't have a name, no numbers. And my buddy was up at Jennings Randolph yesterday, and he's like, dude, that road is not there. So either it's been blocked off with guardrail.
It's just so overgrown you
Yeah,
can't
and
see
he
it.
says it's not happening. I was like, God. So I gotta redo.
Well, there's a lot of roads like that. There's one next to my sister-in-law just got a house in Carneysville, and it's a new subdivision, but there's an old subdivision around it. And we were leaving one day, and I'm like, I was looking at, because I'm a fucking idiot, and I have got to have Gaia open wherever I go. And I'm like, I know the way we usually come in, but there's a road over here. Let's go this way. And it is a state right-of-way road. It is unmaintained,
Right.
and you can't see the road anymore. But it's mapped there,
Yeah.
and it's mapped on Google. So it's probably the same thing where it's a state right-of-way, but
He had a truck and trailer with his boat, so he wasn't gonna be
yeah.
going down the road. I do want to take a drive up there and see, because it looks
Is
like
is the boat wheelchair accessible?
I'll have to ask him.
Fucking idiot.
It looks like it comes in from a neighborhood or someone's street
Yeah.
or something, and goes all the way through and like comes out right at the boat launch. But if that doesn't work, Deep Creek Lake's just as cool.
Yeah.
Drive around it. And,
Yeah, I've heard about, growing up in Northern Virginia, I've heard about Deep Creek my entire life. I've never been there.
pretty
fun.
I've also never been to Lake Anna, but
Lake Anna's pretty good.
just gotta watch where you swim. You might get some fucking, like, grow an extra arm or something.
So I gotta
Swimming in the hot side, brother.
He was telling me last night on Discord that it's not really a road. So
Yeah.
if it's blocked off by guardrail, then that's it. But if it's just overgrown, then we can handle that.
Yeah.
So
Nice. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be a really good trip. I'm
Yeah,
excited
just a
just to
lot
get back
of-
on the trails.
a lot of dirt roads and burritos and good lunch spots. There's a lot of good lunch spots in Deep Creek too.
Well, and that's what we'll get to it in the next episode, PJ. But that's what you guys were saying too. Is I think Tommy was saying that he's like no matter what the rig is, the best part about wheeling is fucking hanging out, eating
Yeah.
burritos, talking shit, being around the campfire.
Yep.
Like,
Tommy was already talking about doing crunch wraps for the next trip.
oh hell yeah!
I was
brother. But
Speaking
yeah,
of, Jed mentioned two names in the drivers' meeting.
yeah,
one-
you got fucking called
One
out.
was A.K. Watley and me.
Yeah,
And it was pretty funny. We had parked in a post office like when we first got there, and Jed was like, "Hey, if anybody's parked there, you guys need to move. They're opening up for the day. They need to get trucks in and out." So we go move, and during that, is when he called me out about it. I was like, "God damn it!
it's like don't stop for burritos.
Don't
for
stop
3
and
hours.
eat at a restaurant, Freddie Abe." I was like, "Cool."
Fucking love Jed, man.
So
I
it
was texting him back and forth during a rally, and I was talking to Leah Miller a little bit. I commented on something she posted, and then we ended up talking for a few minutes, talking about how Eric and Nate Stowers Like Flowers was doing. And like,
they got to go through Thurmond in the day,
yeah,
which is wild.
I would want to go through Thurman during the day because
Oh, the bridge looks incredible.
I feel like it's so pretty in the day,
Oh yeah,
but at night it's a fucking. How do we always end up talking about this fucking Thurman place?
dude.
I need to go and shit there.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
5 stars. Would shit here again.
I shitted in Thurman, West Virginia.
Dude, we went into a town. Oh, I need to get it right because I'm gonna fuck it up. Kingswood? No.
We need to see the New River Gorge during the day too.
Yeah,
I've
so
been
that's
there during the
the
day.
thing is like I would love to do the full route again,
Just during the day.
just during the day. Like
Yeah.
take 3 days to do it
I don't have service.
because like it's everything we saw was cool. It was so pretty. We saw a lot of it in the winter, so there was no tree cover.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I love a canopy. Like driving down River Road
Yep.
and Frogtown Road in the in the early spring, right when everything's bright, fresh green and the canopy's fully covered. Dude, I love a full canopy. One of my favorite places to
I've
drive.
got a full canopy right now.
Oh, it's a full bush, brother. But like our trip in October, we should still have a full canopy, but it'll all be colors.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Which
beautiful.
we did one last year in George Washington National Forest with my father-in-law and my sister-in-law and my wife. Obviously, we didn't leave her behind. But we
She
did
didn't
a.
want to go.
We also did. We did a 2 days on the MABDR in like mid-October, and it was full colors. And we bypassed not Peters Mill, a flagpole, Because as we were going past Flagpole, you saw fucking just a line of Jeeps.
Yeah.
Just all the Northern Virginia Jeepers just fucking going up Flagpole. I'm like, yeah, we'll skip that. We went to
Yeah.
another overlook that I knew, and dude, it's just you can't beat fall colors. And I'm hoping that in October we still have those.
Yeah.
Especially in Virginia. I think Virginia has, well, East Coast in general has probably some of the
Deep Creek's
best.
really good.
But I think so. That Canaan Valley area is at elevation, so I think it may change a little earlier. Because it took longer for the leaves to come in, because I mean elevation's like 3,000 feet. It's not that high. We're not the West Coast, but
Yeah.
the elevation of 3,000 feet was. I guess the seasons changed a little earlier.
So I think it was Kingswood, West Virginia, and it was just a little podunk town, and like we had planned out a gas stop right after the checkpoint. We get up to the checkpoint, pull into the gas station, and there's like 3 or 4 meth heads
Oh, that's a good one.
out the gas station. The one is just standing at the pump, looking at the pump.
Like, not
Yeah.
even in a car?
Not in a
Just-
Like
car.
just having a
He didn't
conversation
have
with it.
tanks, or he wasn't filling anything up. Just standing at,
Just tweaking.
just tweaking.
It's a good time, man.
And
Tweaker's
then
going to tweak.
there's one that was walking around the whole time, and then a lady that was in the store walks out. She's covered in paint. She asks,
What kind of paint?
like white paint, like house paint.
Oh, God.
She comes out and she asks the guy walking around about painting tomorrow. She comes back,
The
hands him a
meth head?
$20 bill, and she's like, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow." We're like, "What?" I was the only one that filled up there, and we went up to.
We
the
had to
next
fight the
gas
meth head to get to the pump.
Yeah, so we ended up going up to the next gas station, and that was a nice station. But dude,
Deep
They're out
Appalachia,
there.
man.
Yeah.
They're real.
they are real.
Yeah.
Fucking, we saw 2 owls.
Who?
Yeah,
I felt that. I tasted the stain right there. You're like, fuck this guy. Why do I ever show up to these fucking things?
2 owls. One flew right in front of us.
Who?
Another one was just in a tree. The one that flew in front of us was big.
Was it a zoo owl?
Pet owl.
Pet owl. Huh?
Pet owl. So was that enough owl? Were they in 2 separate days though?
It was at night.
You saw both owls at night.
Yeah.
But was one?
You know, I've thought a lot about that conversation we had. I feel like I'm more in line with PJ than I am with you about owls. Because, like, I like owls. I think they're cool. But I also think they're creepy. I don't think I'm as creeped out by as you are.
I never see owls. I don't live where PJ lives.
That literally was one in Percival last night.
Yep. I mean, you're in the woods, so
I
you
never
should
see
be
owls.
near them.
I guess they just stay away from me. They know I have a disdain.
Who?
The owls.
We saw no less than 500 deer.
I thought you were going to say 500 owls.
That would be a little alarming. That would be like apocalypse.
I found them. They're
They're not at Tim's house. They've all migrated.
But dude, it was like every fucking 10 feet we saw deer. And like,
Yeah.
it wasn't just one deer. It was always like a fucking...
I bet a few got crushed.
Oh, yeah. We
But-
talked to a
but-
few people that pegged them.
Pegging deer. I went to West Virginia and pegged a deer.
Uh,
Maybe the episode title.
But yeah, and then free range fucking Pyrenees. Saw a couple of them again.
goddamn free range dogs.
Middle of the road. Like just hanging out, walking around. I probably saw 2 or 3 of those. Saw 3 bear.
Wow.
Black bear?
Yeah.
Damn.
Which was a mama and 2 babies.
Nice.
And like people were all stopped along the road, like out taking pictures. Like, you guys are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
That's a mama. She gonna kill you.
Yeah, and black bears fucking they eat people.
Oh yeah.
You don't fuck with black bears.
And then saw a fox. Saw a lot of wildlife this time around.
What did the fox say?
I don't remember.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ruined.
Ruined.
So-
Yeah, it looked like a good trip.
A lot of wildlife. A lot of good sights. It was a good rally.
Yeah.
And I liked that it was a little shorter and a lot more technical. Jed really undersold the technical parts.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at that.
Yeah, he likes to undersell what's going on.
Yeah.
He likes to leave you
Say,
guessing.
you haven't figured out that Jed has a poker face?
Oh yeah, he's good too. I mean, we already did a rally.
Yeah.
And he still got me. But it was a good event.
Yeah, I look forward to doing. I think I'll have to call him after or text him after this, but I think I can say this. I think the one in February is going to be the original one in reverse.
Oh.
So that'll be fun because it's going to start out in Point Pleasant
That Mothman.
with Mothman. Looking at that
Double
thick
cheeked up on a Tuesday.
ass Mothman. But yeah, I think it's going to start in Point Pleasant.
Thick.
Start in Point Pleasant and come back this way, which will be nice because instead of a 6-hour drive home, it'll be I just freshened this Jeep up, 6-hour drive out there, and then an hour and a half drive home.
You're forgetting the 24 hours in the middle.
Yeah, fuck the 24 hours.
Time is a construct.
What is time?
Yeah, that doesn't exist. When you're driving like I said it in to my wife when we were in Europe. I'm like, fucking jet lag is just a state of mind. Like when you're traveling. When you're traveling, whether it be by car or by air, fucking, I feel like time it doesn't exist. Like when you get there, you just gotta hit refresh and start with whatever time you're at. And the 24-hour rally was the same thing. It's like you start it and you end it. Like it doesn't exist.
He's that bald guy that does all those motivational speeches and was in prison and real tall. He has a brother. They're not from America.
It's a real good description.
Look,
Who's
I'm
the bald guy
I-
that talks and not from the U.S.?
Was he British?
No, I don't remember.
It's a great reference.
I'm just as good as you.
It's all right. Well, Fred, thanks for coming back out. Thanks for being a regular on the podcast.
Yeah,
We love having you.
I'm basically a dirt nerd.
I mean, you are a dirt nerd.
Fucking nerd.
PJ,
Nerd.
shout out again for your time at doing 2 podcasts. That they were really good. They got good listenerships. Or the first one got good listenership so far. I'm looking forward to the second one. I did a shitty job promoting the first one. I didn't post a single fucking
Yeah,
Instagram.
I didn't see anything about it.
Dude, I've been overwhelmed trying to catch back up with work and life after being gone for 2 weeks.
What happens when you get a desk job?
Trying to produce these goddamn podcasts.
Me and PJ out here working with our hands
It's fine.
like real men.
Fucking,
My thumbs hurt.
I do this all day. Tap, 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 tap. On that thing. But yeah, you guys know where to find us. Share us with your friends. If you leave a review, shoot me a message. I'll send you stickers. We're almost out. PJ gave away a bunch of stickers at Roush Creek, which was awesome. I should have given you stickers to give away. I forgot about it. I forget about you all the time.
That's all right.
Yeah, make me run out of stickers. Make me buy more. I want to give you guys stickers. I wish I could give you guys more. Eventually, we'll get there. Whether you listen or watch on YouTube or not, go to YouTube. Just hit subscribe. Hit the bell. I've actually found, so I never believed in the video podcast until I got my lame desk job, because I was always driving, and I'm like, I don't understand like why people do video podcasts. It's real lame. Like, who's gonna sit there and watch a podcast all day? And then I'm like, I got
This
my desk.
guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, this guy now. So I got my desk job. I've got my 2 screens, my 2 monitors, and then I have my work laptop open, and I'll be working on these 2, and I'll be watching a podcast on my laptop. So you can watch us now. We're sitting in my backyard, having a good time. PJ
Surrounded
brought
by
donuts.
owls.
We're a bunch of backyardigans over here.
Dang,
Gearhead Coffee
that's
is
a
here.
throwback.
Shout out to Gearhead Coffee.
Tim tonight doesn't know about that.
I'm just rambling. Freddie, where can people find you?
Fidget.Fred on Instagram. I forget what my YouTube is.
I'll link to YouTube.
Okay.
I think it's Fidget Fred.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe.
Fidget.Fred.
PJ, we know you.
Currently doing a series on Instagram where I post every vehicle I've ever owned
love
in
it.
order.
It's pretty good.
Well, you'll be doing it for the next 100 days.
Oh, it's gonna be a long one. I'm on day 6.
Is the Chevelle going to be 2 cars? Because you bought the Chevelle, that was one vehicle, and then you bought the
Yeah.
chassis, which was another vehicle.
The
It should
chassis?
Chassis.
Chassis.
The chassis.
Technically, it would be 3 then.
Ooh.
Yeah, it would be 3.
Chassis, car,
Car and chassis.
car, chassis.
Chassis. All right. We're rambling. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Hope this podcast finds you well.
It seems like that was very passive aggressive.
We'll circle back to that on the next one.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Adios. PJ, hit the button.